Is there a place which resembles the Garden of Eden? Can a man feel there peaceful and calm? Be happy and infatuated. Yes, there is, and it is in Bulgaria. There is hardly a Bulgarian without a beautiful memory of this astonishing place. There is hardly a guest from any country who can forget it. Obzor is a nice and quiet sea resort town with the most gorgeous beaches, a calm and warm sea, fresh mountain air, and picturesque areas. It is situated on one of the most beautiful places along the northern Black Sea coast on the bay between the Cape St. Etanas and the foot of the Emona mountain, the slopes of eastern Stara Planina. Obzor is chosen exactly because of the incredible combination of the sea and the mountain. The town is on the territory of the municipality of Nesebur on the border between Varna and Burgas districts, 65 kilometers to the south of Varna and 74 kilometers to the north of the district city of Burgas. The distance to the municipality center of Nesebur is less than 40 kilometers and also to one of the most famous Bulgarian resorts, the Sunny Beach. This location of the town, the close distance to the international passenger transport connections of the country, the unique environment and climate are the prerequisites for the development of the recreational international sea tourism and the turning of Obzor into a preferable place for relaxation and rest. Welcome to the town of Obzor, the town of the sun, the remote past and the youth. Every tourist here can find peace and quiet and complete rest in the cozy hotels and family houses of our town. Enjoy the sunbeams shining on the longest beaches of our Black Sea coast and the waves bathing it. It should not be spoken about Obzor, it has to be seen. Once having set foot on the coast of the town of Obzor, many of the tourists forget about the rest of the Black Sea resorts and stay forever in our town. You are welcome too. Obzor is a hospitable and interesting town. Being here for the first time, its guests are astonished at its 1,000-year-old interesting history. And literally they can touch it. In the center of the town there is a lapidarium where the columns and capitals found here are presented. The capital is especially interesting with the image of a fish on it. The history of Obzor, however, is even older. 12th centuries BC, the region was inhabited by the Thracians of the Nipsians tribe, who lived next to the Odra Sea to the south. In the 5th century BC, the Greek merchants came, liked the bay and settled here. They called the settlement Navolis. Some explorers point another name, Heliopolis, the Sun City. Evidence of the 1,000-year-old history of Obzor is given by the architectural and ceramic fragments, the Roman and the Byzantine coins, amphoras, columns and capitals which have been found here. Later on, the Roman guide references mentioned about a fortress protected by thick walls, playing an important role along the Pontius Road from Byzantium. The name of the settlement was Templum Jovis, the Temple of Jupiter. From the 4th to the 7th century BC, the name of the town was Theopolis, the city of the god. In the 13th century, gradually the name of the fortress, already called Kozak, gave the name to the settlement too. After the fall of the Bulgarian lands under the Turkish yoke, the name of the settlement became Guzlu, the beautiful, and Gyozekan, all views. An interesting fact is that the name of Gyozekan as a resort settlement was mentioned by the Bulgarian press already in 1931. In that original tourist guide, Gyozekan was referred to as a place of an interesting and 1,000-year-old history, and also it was called a quiet, cozy place for recreation and treatment. Its present name, Obzor, the town has had since 1935. What attracted the people in the past has been saved until today. The unique nature, the favorable climate, and the preserved ecological richness. The present day of the local people and the mayor's administration is concentrated on this very objective, to turn Obzor into a more attractive, contemporary resort. In addition, the studies of the local environment and the sea water give evidence that the last correspond to the norms of the Bulgarian nature protecting legislation and the requirements of the European Union. The small and the medium-sized business is mainly in the sphere of the tourism, and the efforts of all who are engaged in it aim at making the vacation of their guests an interesting, exciting, and unforgettable experience. And it is like this. It starts with the sunrise, but it doesn't end with the sunset. The possibilities for amusement and entertainment are quite a lot here. The guests of the town can choose where to stay. Those who prefer the new modern hotels can use all services and conditions for complete recreation. Restaurants and lobby bars, open-air and indoor swimming pools, fitness halls, spa centers where massages and different cosmetic procedures are offered. Personal cares and medical treatment procedures by specialists, therapeutists, and masseurs in the centers with modern equipment are being offered. A lot of the hotels are on the very sea coast, and there is a beautiful view onto the sea from the rooms. The hotels are suitable for all age groups. Here, the only objective is to ensure a pleasant and complete rest. Some of the hotels offer specialized facilities for disabled people. For the sake of maintaining a pleasant permanent temperature, there is a central air conditioning system which allows the functioning of the hotels during the autumn-winter period. Most of the hotels have medical centers, manipulation rooms, hairdressers, internet halls, change bureaus. Most of the hotels work all-inclusive. The price includes the all-day-round food of the tourists. Animation teams take care of the good mood of the tourists. There are children's rooms and study halls where the specialized staff entertains the youngest guests. Others of the guests of the resort prefer to stay in some of the romantic family hotels, with long-lasting traditions and typical for Obzor. No matter where the tourists have chosen to stay, every day here leaves an unforgettable memory. What is the usual day in Obzor? It starts with the sunrise. In these early hours, the civilized modern man can feel his being so closely to the nature and the real part of it. During the day, everybody is at the beach. The beach line of Obzor is the longest along the Bulgarian Black Sea coast, 10 kilometers. It is 20 to 60 meters wide and the sand is fine with golden color. There is no chance of being bored here. There are numerous beach entertainments. And the choice is yours only. There are lots of places where one can try the delicious Bulgarian cuisine. The tourist can feel himself as a guest of a Bulgarian family in the small family taverns. Of course, there are places where exotic dishes can be tasted, or you can be touched by the resourcefulness and the sense of humor of the local people. To return back to the Stone era, or to feel like the heroes of a favorite film. This can happen in Obzor. Those who like extreme experiences should not miss to observe Obzor from bird's eye view and have the feeling of being above the material things.